Hi, welcome to Simon's Simple English, and today we're going to look at some Ielts speaking part 1 questions and answers, more importantly, about studies. The subject of study or studies is one of the most common subjects that they're going to ask about in the Ielts speaking. They may ask you just 2 or 3 questions about it, or if you're actually a student, they may do the whole of part 1 about it. For this reason, it's a good idea to have some phrases, have some vocabulary, and have some answers ready, just in case. I'm going to give you 2 possible answers to each question, and then we'll look at the vocabulary, the grammar, and the way I've organised my answers. This is the second video out of 3 videos, and a link to the first video is up top here, and I'll put a link to the third video at the end when that is released next week. So without further ado, let's get started. So this video we're going to look at the following questions. Is it a popular subject in your country? Is there anything unexpected about your study? If you had a chance, would you change the subject? Is there something that helps you study effectively? So, is it a popular subject in your country? First answer. I think it's gained popularity in recent years as people have become more aware of alternative and more eco-friendly energy solutions. I think there will be more academic courses in renewable energy in the future. Right, let's look at the language I've used. Gained popularity. This collocation means to become more popular. Eco-friendly is an adjective and it means not harmful to the environment. Academic is something relating to education or learning, and renewable energy, this is energy that can be used over and over again, like wind and tides and that sort of thing. Let's look at the next answer. To be frank, not many people are into astrophysics. It's a highly specialized subject that most people find hard to fathom. I think it baffles most people. So let's look at the language I've used here. To be frank, that's an organisational phrase really. It is an idiom as well, and to be frank, we're basically saying to be honest. Astrophysics. So this is the physics of the universe. Specialized means that it needs a lot of specialist knowledge. Hard to fathom. So this phrase basically means it's difficult to understand. To fathom is to understand. And to baffle. This is a verb. And that's to bewilder or confuse. So there we go. Next question. Is there anything unexpected about your study? To be honest, I was pretty amazed by the complexity of what I thought was a rather simple and straightforward subject. The scope of it is amazing, really. Let's look at the vocabulary I've used. Complexity. So this means that it's complicated, that it's probably quite difficult to understand. We got rather, so I said rather simple, and that's to a certain extent. We could say quite simple, or if we wanted to say to a more of an extent, we could say very simple. And we got straightforward. Straightforward is an adjective, and that means it's easy to understand or uncomplicated. And the scope is the range. So, next answer. Is there anything unexpected about your study? Well, if I'm honest, I thought I was quite knowledgeable about computers, but it turns out I have barely scratched the surface and have so much more to learn. Let's look at the vocabulary I've used here. So first of all, organisation, if I'm honest. So this phrase we can use to introduce a thought or an idea. If I'm honest, I really love Japanese food. That sort of thing. Vocabulary wise, we got knowledgeable. It's an adjective, and that means you have a lot of knowledge about something. To turn out, this is a phrasal verb. So I said it turns out. So this means that it ends in a particular way. And scratch the surface. This phrase means that you understand a small part of it. So you've barely dented the surface of something. So there's a lot more to learn. Next question. If you had a chance, would you change the subject? Definitely not. I have put so much time and effort into studying medicine. I would never throw in the towel and quit halfway through. I know I'm going to have a rewarding career. Let's look at the language I've used here. Definitely not. So this organisational phrase is to strongly disagree with something. Definitely not. Vocabulary wise, we got throw in the towel. Now this is a great idiomatic phrase. To throw in the towel is to quit or give up something. So if we were trying to learn computer programming, but then we decided we're going to throw in the towel, it means we quit computer programming. Career, we're using this to talk about occupation or job. And rewarding, this adjective, means that it provides satisfaction. So, if you had a chance, would you change the subject? This is the next answer to the question. To be fair, it was foolish of me to pursue such a difficult degree. I thought it would be less demanding than it is. Given a chance, I would choose music. That's where my real interests lie. So let's look at the language I've used here. So to be fair, that's an organisational phrase, and that's used to add more information. So we're just adding more information, or we're introducing a topic. Vocabulary wise, we've got foolish. If you're foolish, you lack a good sense of judgment. To pursue, this verb is to follow or to seek, to attain something. And then demanding. Demanding is requiring much effort. So it's quite difficult. Is there something that helps you study effectively? Peace and quiet is vital for my studying. I need absolute silence when I'm learning. The tiniest noise can be majorly distracting to me and make me lose my focus. Let's look at the language I've used here. So peace and quiet, this is a collocation, and these are words that go together quite often, and it basically means silence, which is quite difficult to get here in Vietnam, to be honest with you. Vital. If something's vital, it's absolutely necessary. Then we got distracting, and that's preventing concentration. And then we got focus. And your focus is your concentration or your center of interest. So, is there something that helps you study effectively? This is the next answer. I'm fairly flexible about when and where I can work. The students in my dorm are pretty rowdy, so I got used to blocking out distractions early on. On top of that, coffee is a godsend and really helps me keep my concentration. So let's look at the language I've used here. So flexible. This is an adjective and it's able to bend or change. So it's quite adaptable, we could say. Work. So here I've used the word work, but I mean study. So we can use the two interchangeably. Dorm. A dorm is a room where many people sleep. Often in a university or a college, you'll have a dorm where many students all live together in the same building. Rowdy. This means noisy or disorderly. And godsend. This noun means very helpful. So it's a godsend. The next video we'll have 3 more questions about study. If you want to practice before your Ielts test, then check out the link to Italki. This is a website where you can practice with teachers like me. There's thousands of them on there, or even just native speakers. And it's a really good way for you to prepare for your Ielts test and hopefully not feel so nervous. And with the link in the description below, you'll get $10 for free when you've registered and when you book your first lesson. And lessons are pretty cheap, so have a look at that if it's something that may interest you. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found something useful. I hope you found many things that you can use in your Ielts speaking answers. And good luck. Good luck with your English journey and good luck with your Ielts test. And don't forget to look for the link to the next video, which will be coming soon. Thanks very much. Goodbye.